today I'm at home, no big adventures out on any foggy cliffs or seeing big redwoods, but I wanted to share a little story with you today. So a couple weeks ago, I pulled out my scale to make coffee like I do every morning, and I turned it on and the screen was all messed up. Now, I just thought, I had the same batteries in it for the last year or so, using it almost every day, so I thought maybe, they were just time to be replaced. Got some new batteries, got home, put them in, and same problem. So this was late in the day on a Saturday, so I emailed the, customer service for OXO, and I knew I wasn't going to get a response until Monday at the earliest. So since I use the scale for a lot of things, not just coffee, but cooking and other things, I was impatient, and so I ordered another scale right away. But instead of the OXO scale, I decided to try something new, and I got this Jennings scale, which measures to the half gram. But its maximum capacity is only 4,000 grams, whereas the OXO scale measures only by the 1 gram increments, but it goes all the way up to 11 pounds, so it's better for baking. Put that order in, sales coming Tuesday. On Monday, I hear back from OXO, and they say they are mailing me a brand new scale. I don't have to even send my broken one back, which is pretty crazy, but that's awesome. I think that's the right thing to do, as me mailing the scale back would be kind of an inconvenience. So I get this new scale in the mail, and so I thought I would take this opportunity to do a little unboxing of it. So let's see, it comes with some batteries and a wrapper. Here it is. Now it's not actually blue, this is just like a protective covering. The OXO scale, it's a bit better fit and finish. Obviously more work was put into the design of it, I feel. Just making it nice for usability. Kind of cool thing about this one is the display actually pulls out, which is nice if you have like a large bowl on it and you can't see the display. Also has an optional light. Yes, you can switch between pounds, kilograms, and then zero it, of course, like any scale. Another thing that's kind of nice about this scale is the platform actually lifts off. There you go. So this platform, plastic on the back, stainless steel on the front, actually lifts off, so you can clean it easily, which is nice for a scale that's meant to be in the kitchen. In comparison, the Jennings scale actually comes with this protective cover, which is kind of nice. It actually fits that to use it as a bowl for measuring, but I don't know when I would ever use that. Turn it on. Oh, it's unstable, so I'm putting it down. All right. So this one's the same. When you put weight on it, the screen lights up. You don't get a choice of having the screen on or not. It's just on when it's actively weighing. So that's kind of a little review of the two scales. And yeah, just wanted to comment on how awesome it was of OXO to just send me out a new one, no questions asked, which is what I feel like you should do as a company. So I thought now that I have all these scales, it'd be a perfect time to show you how I make coffee. All right, so I'm going to show you how I make coffee. To make coffee, first you need fresh roasted coffee beans. Next you need some hot water. I am boiling mine, well, I'm not boiling it. I am heating it up to 205 degrees, which I find to be a good temperature for brewing. You're going to need something to grind the coffee beans with. I'm using a hand grinder. And then you need something to brew with. I'm using the AeroPress made by Aerobie, the creators of the Aerobie flying disc. You need a scale and something to drink the coffee with. I'm using a Milwaukee, Wisconsin Collectivo coffee mug. All right, so step one is to get a scale and turn it on. And I'm using the Jennings 4,000 gram scale here. Even though I just got that brand new OXO scale, I feel that the Jennings works a little bit better for coffee because it is accurate down to 0.5 grams and it reacts a bit faster. So I'm taking my coffee grinder, putting that on the scale, and then to that, well, actually first I need to zero out the grinder. So get your coffee beans and your scale, and I'm going to weigh out 15 grams. All right, 15.5, that'll be okay for the purposes of this video. And now you just take your coffee grinder and you grind away. Get a little morning exercise. Meditate. Just as I finished grinding the coffee beans, my coffee pot has reached 206 degrees, which I guess it overshot it by 1 degree, but that should settle out in just a moment here. So next step is to take your AeroPress. I take my AeroPress, and I use the funnel on top to actually help get the grounds from the grinder into the thing. Otherwise they kind of dump all over. So now that that's on there, I'm going to zero it out. Just take your coffee, freshly ground, and add it to the teared out AeroPress on the scale. I actually don't usually use the scale for this step, just for weighing out the beans, because I've pretty much got it down to a science of how much water I need. But let's see, since I haven't done it with the scale in a long time, see how I do. So I take my 205 degree water and I'm going to add about halfway up the AeroPress brewing chamber, and at this point give it a kind of a swirl. I could use a spoon to do this, but I don't like to dirty things because then I have to wash them. So anyway, I swirl it to, as you can see, fully saturate, except for that little bit, all the coffee grounds in there. At this point, you'd start a timer too. I have one on my kettle here, so now I've got a second timer going. So I'm gonna let that rest for about 30 seconds. You can see I've got 70 grams of water in there. Typically, I like to brew coffee at a 1:17 ratio, so 1 part coffee to 17 parts water. Let's see how close I get today. All right, so now that it's had about 30 seconds to sit, I'm going to give it another mix and add the rest of the way with water. So I'll stop right before I get to the top, and that is 230 grams. So let's see, 230 divided by 17 is 13 grams. So this coffee's got a little bit more coffee to water ratio than I usually go for, but that's good. It'll be better to go under extracted than over extracted, I always say. About 2 minutes for the brewing time. It's a little longer than I normally like to go, but I'm gonna pour some hot water over the filter paper into my mug. So it's going to do two things. It's washing out the paper taste from the filter, and then that water is also preheating my mug here. So I'm going to screw the filter on to the AeroPress, dump out the preheated water, and invert the mug, flip the whole thing over, and then press. So we're reaching 3 minutes and 20 seconds now on the timer, which it's a bit longer than I typically go, but we'll see what this comes out to. Usually it's about a 2-minute brew time from first adding the water to having it completely plunged in the glass. And I don't know if you can hear that little sizzle right there, but that's the air reaching the end. I don't like to go any further than that. And then the beauty is this pops right off into the trash. And then just give it a quick rinse. And it's all clean and ready for your next cup of coffee. So here is that that coffee. Let's see how it tastes. It's actually really delicious. It's a bit more bold than typical with the 2-minute brew time, which, as you can imagine, would happen. All right. Now I'm sitting here enjoying my finely brewed cup of coffee, and so that concludes this video today. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's a little bit of a change of pace from videos as of late, but I think it's good. Spice it up once in a while. So until next time, please click that thumbs up below the video. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Share this video with all of your friends, especially those that are into scales and coffee. And then, yeah, and I'll see you soon.